And then
One second, okay? I'll come back.
No problem. And right now I will pass the questions on the chat, right? And then we can start, okay? So I always like to start our animations sharing some basic rules, okay? And this is important to us because we are a community in Talk and Talk, and we think we can learn together, sharing our experiences, okay? So I'm not a teacher, okay, I'm not here to teach you anything, guys. So I'm not a teacher, as I say. Eu não sou professor e, na verdade, eu acho que eu nem poderia ensinar nada, because even I have a good English level, I know I do mistakes all the time. And uh, in Talk and Talk, we believe we can grow up together, sharing our experience, and you can learn with my vocabulary, and I can learn with your vocabulary, Tatiana, and your vocabulary, Ricardo. So we always ask in each immersion, please be respectful, don't be rude, and don't correct anyone, because everyone is here to learn together. Okay, if you see someone doing some mistake, you can think in that inside of you, but you don't need to correct anyone. Okay, those are our rules here in our immersions. And it, as I say that, I think we can start with our conversation. So today we'll talk about the family influence and our personal development. And I will pass the questions again on the chat because Barbara join us right now. So be welcome, Barbara. And
Thank
I
you.
always like to start our immersions asking to everyone introduce yourself, okay? So, Barbara, I was explaining to the other guys right here, I'm not the official host of this immersion. I'm replacing Diego, but I will do my best to we can have a good time practicing our English, ok? Vou fazer o meu melhor para que a gente possa ter um bom tempo praticando o nosso inglês. All right, guys, so let's start with our introductions. Ricardo, can you talk a little bit about you, please, about your background, something interesting about you, please?
Sure. Well, hi everyone. Nice today. Well, I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente. It's a small city of São Paulo State, among Santos, Guarujá. I'm married. I have a daughter. Uh, well, I have two little pets. My cats, Kinji and Pudim, and well, uh, I work on IT area. On I work on the same area a lot of time. And I love watching movies, TV shows, and series, hang out with my friends, family, barbecues, opportunities to talk and eat good food. That's wonderful for me. That's it. And we're here again to try learn English. That's it.
All right, that's awesome. And it's really good having you again in an immersion with me, Ricardo. And what about you, Tatiane? I think it's your first time with me, Tatiane. Can you talk a little bit about you, please?
Yeah, with you is my first time. My name is Tatiane. I am 36 years old. I live in Cosmopolis. It's a
Oh,
small city.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I I I travel to this place a lot of times. Not a
Oh,
lot, but a dozen of times probably.
unfortunately, I don't travel to your city how much I want.
Yeah,
How much I would like, but it's okay. Sometimes I go there.
yeah.
I'm married. I don't have children. I have two dogs, two female dogs. not the names like Ricardo. I love it. But they are my girls. I don't have children.
Oh,
And I am a student because I quit my job to career transition. So now I am studying to be a data analyst. So I started to study in English too. I lost my English during the years because I didn't practice it. So I started here in Talk and Talk maybe in May, I think. So I am here studying English too.
all right. But you have a really good English, Tatiana. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what about you? Sorry, you say you don't have kids, but it's a decision you made, or maybe you are planning to the future, or you don't want kids for sure. Can you talk a little bit about that, please?
Yeah. Now my answer is I am lazy. I am with, I don't know if this is, but in Portuguese I say, ai, eu tô com preguiça agora.
Okay, okay,
But someday, maybe,
okay.
not
It's an
now.
open question. It's an open,
Yeah, yeah,
é uma questão aberta.
yeah.
Okay,
Now I
I
am
told them
lazy because I am in another stage of my life.
no
So
problem.
I need to think about um, replace myself
Okay,
because I
yeah.
worked in a same place for 10 years and I lost a lot of things. So when I put myself in the place where I want, this way I will think about babies.
Oh, okay, okay. I will say that in Português because I don't want anyone misunderstand me, ok? Vou falar em português porque eu não quero que ninguém entenda errado. Eu só perguntei isso, Tatiana, para entender um pouco mais o seu contexto, dado que a gente não se conhece, né? E como o tema da nossa conversação hoje é relacionado à família, para entender só o seu passado, seu background. Eu não lembro se o Ricardo falou se tem filhos ou não, até gostaria que ele compartilhasse ali.
Uma menina,
Mas
14.
é só isso, tá? A 14? Muito bom. Não
É.
tô julgando ninguém, nem nada do gênero, tá?
No
Preciso
problem.
ser bem claro. Eu,
I know.
here in Talk
I
and Talk,
understood.
here in Talk and Talk, we respect all uh, people's desires, dreams, and we can learn together, you know? And what about you, Barbara? Can you talk a little bit about you, please?
For
And
sure.
if a little bit about your background, where do you live, and something interesting about you, please?
Okay. So, guys, my name is Barbara. I'm 30 years old. I am host here in Talk and Talk too.
Oh, yeah.
I am in English and Spanish. So if you want to participate some Spanish
I
classes,
remember. Yeah.
yeah, I remember you,
I,
Ricardo. Yes.
yeah. Well, just once or twice, but I love.
Yeah. Tomorrow is gonna be my immersion in Spanish. So I was born in Rio de Janeiro, but I lived my whole life in São Paulo, capital. But now, I am living in Madrid, Spain. I am married, fresh married, but so I don't have any kids yet, but I would like to. And I am a graphic designer, and I am providing service for my own here in Spain. It's like, how can I say in English? It's like, oh, aos pouquinhos. I'm starting my life here because I'm here since has 1 year and a half, more or less, and I'm starting my new life here. I like here a lot because the people are very happy, very friendly too, and the buildings are so beautiful. It seems like you are on a medieval movie, you know. It's very nice. I guess that if you have some questions, go ahead.
All right. No, no, you say a lot of things interesting about you. No, you are living in Madrid. Actually, I was in the beginning of the year, I was trying to learn Spanish, so I do some English classes here in Talk and Talk, but I quit this challenge in my life because I had a lot of pressure in my work and I had to study other things. So it's an ongoing project. I want to be fluently in Spanish because all of us live in Latam. So only in Brazil we speak Portuguese, and I think it will be good for my career if I can speak Spanish as well. So, all right. And so you live in Madrid, Barbara. So it's good to you to practice your Spanish. Congratulations. Let me talk a little bit about me, because I think I forget to introduce me. So my name is Carlos. I'm 34 years old. Actually, I made birthday on Saturday, and I was
Congratulations.
on Friday. I was so excited because I was thinking I will do in Saturday. I was thinking I will do 35 years old. I was thinking I already had 34. And on Friday, I realized, oh, I'm 33 years old. I will do 34. I'm not doing 35. So I'm a young guy. And I became happy because I'm only 33 years old. So right now I'm 34. It's more close to 35, but I still be happy with that. I still be happy with this idea. I'm not 35, I'm 34. So I'm married. I have two daughters, and I live in the south of Brazil. The coldest day of the year was yesterday, but today was doing a lot of cold. It's 2 degrees right now, and I'm using a heater on my left. So sometimes you can see I'm moving right here because I'm turn on and turn off the heater because I can't work without a heater on my side. People say, I love the cold and the weather this year, but I don't like. And if I want to move to North West of Brazil because I'm a morning person. I like to wake up early, do exercise, do my own stuff, and it's really hard to do that if 7 a.m. is still dark. Então, tipo, é difícil fazer isso se 7 horas da manhã ainda tá escuro e frio pra caramba, pra não usar outra palavra. All right, guys. Let's be polite. We are live on YouTube, okay? So let's start with our questions, okay? Let's start with the question number 2. I will ask you, Barbara, can you read the question number 2 and start sharing with us, please?
Okay. You ask first, can you share your background? Were you raised by your parents? What do you mean when you say raised?
Raised means
Raised.
criado. Where
okay.
you were raised, onde você foi criado. Pessoal,
Okay.
se vocês quiserem, eu posso colocar a tradução das perguntas também,
No,
conforme a gente for respondendo.
no problem. That's okay.
Okay, no
That's
problem.
okay. That's why, because I am not used to use that word. That's why, but no problem.
Sorry, interrupt you, but this is the reason why I like Talk and Talk so much, because
Exactly.
we had a lot of different topics to talk and different vocabulary appeared to us in real life situations. So this make me remember after our immersion a new word I use. So please go ahead. I
No
will not
problem.
interrupt you anymore.
No problem. Okay, I was born in Rio de Janeiro, near to the beach. So I grown in São Paulo. was very different background that I used to, but I feel a lot of difficulties to adapt myself into the big city like São Paulo. No? And my mom and my dad had the famous carioca accent. So
Pastel.
exactly, pastel, porta, like that. And even me, even myself, because well, I was born to it, but when I moved to São Paulo, I killed my accent because I was a kid, and in the school the people make jokes with my accent, so I adapt myself into it. I know it's not the best thing to say, but that was I passed through. So my accent turned in totally Paulista possible. It was things like that that I grow with a different accent. And my mom and my dad, well, they my dad worked in with insurance. With I don't know how to explain because it's very hard, but when appear some disaster in a fabric, in a building, they comes in a with their enterprise that he worked, and he took notes of the damage of this I don't know, fire, I don't know what is. And that was he worked with. And my mom always being like psychologist or kid profession, I don't know how to say that, but I guess profession for the kids. And I guess that what I can say for my parents and where I live and I grow.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, I have a friend, and we call him Carioca because he's from Rio, and he had that accent. Even he lives here in Paraná 15 years, but he didn't lose his accent, and I think it's a really beautiful accent. So that's amazing. And what about you, Ricardo? Can you talk a little bit about your past, your background, where you were raised?
Sure. Well, I live at São Vicente, but I was born in Santos. Yeah, actually, it's it's not exactly a how do you say a big change because particularly I believe that is the same island. So in this case, it's not really necessary create two cities. Suddenly you driving in an avenue and you cross the border and anyone notice the difference, particular because don't there don't don't there uh, there aren't signs and the other stuffs. A couple of years ago, the current mailer put a sign, but it's not so how do you say big, and a lot of people don't notice. And a lot of people used to say that this accent from my region is similar to Rio de Janeiro. So I don't know. I I never noticed, but I normally in my company I talk with a lot of people, and some people used to say you live at Rio de Janeiro. No, no, I live at São Vicente. Yes, but sotaque is similar. The accent is similar. Well, I was born in the live on Santos until 9 years old, and I moved to the São Vicente. My childhood is typical play with my friend, this typical how do you say, typical, I don't know, brincadeiras, né? So, and it's not, there are there were video games on that time, but it's not so common. Like today, the kids keep it all the day play video games. It's different. We played video game a lot of time, but yeah, we like to go out and play with my friends too. Soccer is so common. We used to play soccer a lot of time too. And my father and my mother broke up when I was 7 years old. So in this case, my mother, that's have this
7
paper, né?
years or 17?
Seven,
7 ou 17?
7 years,
Ok,
not 17, 7.
ok.
And it's my father used to visit me, but the most part of the time, my mother have this paper, né? But I don't have problems because of that. I don't know, probably because I was so new and I don't have problems. And uh, a lot of times I used to visit cities in my region, and sometimes I went to the countryside. There is a city called Coroados, is my the city of my father, and I have a friend that's the parents and the others relatives was born and live in Cosmopolis. So in this case, that's the reason that I will go to the Cosmopolis a lot of time.
All right.
Well, that's it.
All right, thank you, Ricardo. You say when you are younger you play soccer. Can I suppose you are a Santos fan? Posso presumir que
No,
você
no,
torce para o Santos? Oh,
no.
that's a shame.
I support. Yeah, I support São Paulo because of my
Okay.
father. My father is very
Mm.
smart guy and he teach me well.
All right, because I understand living in a city with a soccer
Yeah,
team and
sure.
support another team, because I live in Ponta Grossa, Paraná. We had a soccer team here on Série B, Series B, I don't know, Operário, but I never support that team. I always was a big fan of Palmeiras, so it's not a problem. And but I was thinking maybe he could go to the stadium or something like that, but I don't know. I want to say one more thing before we go with you, Tatiane. Okay. You say about visit countryside, and since we are here to learn with our experiences, to share our experience, I want to share something related to this word countryside. When I was doing English classes, I learned to say, I live in the countryside, Tipo, eu moro numa cidade pequena, eu usava essa expressão. And I was talking with my boss. I work to a company on USA, and I use that expression, I live in countryside. And my boss, he is from USA, and he asked me, "Oh, do you like to have cows and chickens as your neighbors?" Tipo, ele perguntou se eu gostava de ter vacas e galinhas de vizinhança. Daí eu respondi, no, I live in a city, And he say countryside is used when people live in a farm, like something like that. Então ele me explicou que tipo countryside é usado tipo assim para vida no campo, para vida no interior. E eu sempre falei errado, inclusive nas minhas apresentações aqui no Talk and Talk. Então, por isso que eu nunca mais esqueci o significado da palavra countryside. So, this is the reason I really like real life situations. You can learn and you will never forget. So, I never used that expression later because nowadays I know how to explain. I live in a medium city, not a small city, but in a medium city. Oh, all right. It's only parentheses in our conversation. And what about you, Tatiani? Can you share a little bit about your background, please, where you are raised by your parents or anyone who raised you?
Yeah, I was born in Campinas, near Cosmópolis, but we moved to Cosmópolis when I was almost 5 years old because my father bought a company here. So he traveled a lot about the road and was dangerous. So we are near Campinas, but the traffic is intense. So my parents decided to move to Cosmópolis in 1993. 19, yeah. I have a problem with dates. It's 1993, 1993. It's correct. Yeah.
It's hard to pronounce dates in English. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
only you.
I don't have brothers or sisters. I am my own child, but since I moved here, I had a lot of friends, so I don't have problem with this. With don't have brother and sister siblings. Some of these friends I carry with me since today. My friends. And my parents are amazing. Always they were present, and we have a really good relationship. So the question is, were you raised by your parents? I was raised by very good people. We have now I'm married. I have my house with my husband, but here in Cosmopolis they live here too, and we have a really good relationship. We meet each other, me and my husband and them. We meet each other always to talk, to eat, to drink, to play cards, and this it was a good life with them. Thanks God.
All right, that's really awesome and really interesting. And congratulations. If you, by what you say, I can presume you have. I don't know if presume is correctly, but I can understand you have a good childhood. So this is always good. All right. Uh, I will talk a little bit about my background as well. I was born and raised my entire life in Ponta Grossa. And until I become an adult, my entire childhood and my entire when I was a teenager, I always think I want to leave this city. I want to live in Curitiba. Curitiba is the capital of the Paraná. And because I want to live in a bigger city with a lot of things to do and a lot of places to visit. And when I become a young adult, when I was 21, 22 years old, I was already married and I live in Curitiba 2 months and I realized, oh my gosh, I really love Ponta Grossa, because I know everything in Ponta Grossa. I'm not getting lost at all. dificilmente eu fico perdido em Ponta Grossa. Everything is close to me. Only 10 minutes by car, I can cross the entire city. If I want to visit a friend, I don't spend more than 15 minutes on the traffic. And on Curitiba, oh my gosh, I was living 2 kilometers far away from my job where I work, and it took me 1 hour to run that distance. 1 hour to get on my job. That was too much to me, you know. And I quit that job because I want to go back to. I decided I want to live again in Ponta Grossa, and that was a really good experience because my boss say, "Oh, do you want to work remotely?" That was on 2013, 2013. Eu recebi a primeira proposta para trabalhar remoto. We didn't have Zoom, we didn't have Google Meet, we didn't have anything on that time. We use a cell phone call. I don't know if you know, guys, mas usava um telefone chamado Nextel. Toda vez que o meu chefe precisava falar comigo, ele fazia um pip, e daí eu falava no Nextel com o meu chefe. So it was really good to me because I didn't pay a rent on Curitiba anymore, and I could save a lot of money because I had my own house in Ponta Grossa. So it was really good. And that time I realized how I love the city where I live. And that's my background, you know. Even I have a poor childhood, you know. I was playing with dirt when I was young. Quando chovia, fazia valeta na frente de casa, eu brincava na chuva, na terra, igual estava falando numa outra imersão, eu comia meleca quando era criança. Mas I think I had a good childhood as well, because for me, being here today speaking English, it's a victory, you know? It's a victory because when I look to my past and I saw a lot of friends of mine get died by involving with drugs and robbery and a lot of bad things, you know. I look to myself and I'm really grateful to what God made in my life, because even I have a not so good background, you know. I never had really good friends, you know. Meus melhores amigos não eram as melhores pessoas do mundo. Eu tive um passado assim um pouco turbulento, graças a Deus, consegui chegar onde eu tô, e falar inglês para mim é uma vitória. So that's a little bit about me. Let's go to the other question. Let me check. Barbara, you start with the question number 2. Ricardo, can you read the let's go to the question number 4.
Sure.
Can you read the question number 4, please?
Sure. Do you look more like your dad or mom? I consider myself a mix from my father and my mother, but if you have to choose just one, I believe that is more similar from my mother. I don't know, but yeah, I have similar behavior, some aspects from my father and the others from my mother, but I believe that's more than characteristics is similar to my mother. That's it.
All right, but you mean physical characters, or your personality is more?
Yeah, I talk about personality, but well, the characteristics I don't know. I couldn't say. I don't know. Some people used to say that I more look like if my mother, but another's if my father. So I don't know. I don't really know uh, which appearance is more similar for me. I don't know. But the characteristics, yeah, certainly my mother.
Guys, just 1 minute, please. You can follow the questions, please. I have to go check someone, and I will go back soon.
Sure.
Tatiana, do you want to read to respond the question, please?
Yeah.
Bárbara, você me dá uma mão, já que você é uma host, fazendo favor?
Sure. The number 4.
Now, I am. My dogs are making noises.
No problem.
Okay.
When I was younger, I was physically more my dad and personality too. But now, in my adult life, I think I am more like my mom, because I will close the door. I'm sorry.
The dogs.
Parece que ele esperou, né?
Sim. Ai.
They started to making a lot of noise because of the dog of this
Yeah.
in the street on the street.
Yeah, another dogs, no?
Yeah. But now, not now, but when I pass of 20 years, I think, I started to look more my mom in physically and personality too, because I discover a woman, not just a mom, but a woman. So I don't know the word in English, but it's like I don't know the word, but
You can say in Portuguese if you want.
Orgulho. I felt orgulho. The woman she was, and she is. So it's normal. It was really, really natural for me. And the people said years by years that I am looking like her now when I adult physically.
Uh-huh. And what do you like more in your mom?
She's practicing. She doesn't have problems with talk. When she wants something, she's strong, and she care all of us with not love, but dedicação, because she doesn't learn it. She didn't learn how to express the love, because she has 12 brothers and sisters. So it's a big family.
Wow,
Yeah,
Tatiana.
Yeah. There are 13 cousins and aunts. It's amazing for a family, because our parties are amazing. but raised in this context, it's not easy. I don't have my grandparent and grandmother more, but we are close. This big family are close too. And she's practiced. She does the things. If you need her for about anything to do, anything, she was there, and she's practiced. She doesn't have that I don't like that person, so I don't go there. No, she go there and she do, and she's amazing.
Nice. She's a very decomplicated person now.
Yeah. My husband think sometimes he said that she needed to do a TV show to give advices about the life. It's really nice.
Sorry, guys.
Great.
I need to. Someone was knocking on the door, and I need to take a look. What I miss? Which question are you guys who talked?
We stayed in the floor, and I
Okay.
asked Tatiana to respond the question, and miss myself to respond this one.
Okay.
For my response, I am physically totally my face looks like my mother, but my tall is for my dad because he's 1.94 centimeters. He is very tall, yes. And I have 1.76 of tall. It's I am a very tall.
1,76?
Yes.
Oh, you are tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to find shoes for me. You can imagine to find the tall 41 for women's in the stores. Doesn't
I
have
know.
it.
Just
I
in
know.
internet, right?
Yeah, or
My
in
daughter.
very specific stores. No?
My daughter is tall for her age. She had 8 years, but she had 1 meter and 40 centímetros. Ela tem 1,40 m. Tipo, ela é mais alta da turma
Wow.
dela. She wants to use princess shoes, but they don't do princess shoes 37, 30. Ela tem 8 anos,
Yeah.
ela já usa 36, 37. E não fazem sapatos de princesas desse
Yes.
tamanho.
I can feel this feeling. I know. I know exactly. And I think for my emotional, I look more my father because my father is more sentimental. It's like butter and the butter in the popcorn, you know. And my father is totally lovely person, and my mom is more reserved person. And now I am another person, I can say, you know, because I had learned a lot with other persons, even with my husband, and I grow myself in my emotional things, and now I am different from my mom and my father now, actually. So that's all.
All right, thank you. I totally understand what you mean, being a butter. I caught that from my father, you know. My mother always say, "Oh, he can cry with a TV commercial." You know, meu pai pode chorar com um comercial de TV, and I'm the same way as him.
Butter
And
butter
yeah, my father.
advertisement.
Sorry?
Butter advertisement. Comercial de
Yeah,
margarina.
exactly. And when I look to myself, physically, I'm almost the same way than my father. You know, I'm so close like him. You know, when I was younger, I was in my grandma house, and I was looking old pictures on the album. Tava olhando fotos velhas. And I looked to a guy sit in the front in a house. It was a black and white picture. And I asked to my uncle, who I don't remember take that picture. It was a guy with 4 years old. Era tipo menininho de uns 4 anos. Eu falei pro meu tio, I don't remember take that picture. When we are on that picture. Eu perguntei, tipo, eu não lembro de ter tirado essa foto. Onde que eu tava aqui? Daí o meu tio falou, that's not you, that's your father. Because I'm a Xerox. Eu sou Xerox do meu pai. People say that, you know? Even in the personality. Até na personalidade. I'm not saying that I will not say this as something bad. Don't understand me wrong. But I never spend a lot of time with my father because he's a truck driver. So he spent a lot of time traveling, working 60, 90 days far from home. Então, tipo, eu nunca fui muito próximo do meu pai, fisicamente falando, porque ele estava sempre muito longe, viajando, trabalhando. But my mother always say, I'm just like him, you know? I copy his face and his personality. Mesmo que eu não tenha passado muito tempo com meu pai, não sei, tipo, até os 15 anos de idade, eu sempre julgava ele, falava assim, eu consigo contar nos dedos o número de aniversários que você passou comigo, tipo, esse tipo de coisa que criança faz, né? Então, tipo assim, acho que se nos meus 15 anos fosse somar, acho que eu não passei mais do que, sei lá, um ano com meu pai nesses tempos, porque ele viajava 60, 90 dias, vinha, ficava uns 5 dias em casa, daí viajava mais outros 60, 90 dias. Então foi. Quando eu era criança, eu sofria bastante com isso. Hoje eu totalmente entendo, já até pedi perdão. I already asked for him to forgive me because I was really rude sometimes with him, and I know I hurt his feelings sometimes saying bad things to him, but I realize how I'm so close to him, you know. And nowadays we have a really good relationship. I'm an adult and I'm a father nowadays, and I understand everything he made to me to I became who I am. Então hoje eu consigo entender totalmente o que ele fez para eu ser quem eu sou. On last Sunday was Father's Day, and I texted to him. He was traveling, working, and he was far away from home. And I texted to him, "Oh, Daddy, congrats for your day. You are amazing. I love you." And he say, "Oh, you know I like to work, but now I'm sad because I expect to be in home, but I couldn't." And he finished his text saying, "That's the reason I never put you inside a truck, because I don't want you have the desire to be a truck driver just like me." And today I'm totally grateful for his way of thinking, you know, because nowadays I can spend all the time with my family. I can be here all the holidays, on Christmas, Father's Day, birthdays. I never lose anything on my daughter's life. And I only could achieve that because he gave his life to me, you know. He always say, I don't want to see you inside the truck, go stud, because you can be better than me, you can do better things than me. And I'm really grateful to everything. And I say that to him. And yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that, but let's go ahead. We are getting
Here
close
in
to the end.
Talk, we have group therapy, always.
Yeah.
Yes.
Immersion is like that. I love
Okay.
this
Yeah.
platform because we
Yeah.
are talking English, but we are thinking about our lives too.
Exactly. I was
I'd
thinking,
like to
I get
congratulate you.
emotional. I get emotional right now. I'm almost crying. I say I'm a butter, you know, but I don't want to cry in front camera on YouTube, so I need to change this subject. All right. Barbara, you say something?
Yes, I was saying that I would like to congratulate yourself because you passed through a big lesson of your life and you show for your kids a different way that you don't like to I don't know, the image of your past father for them, you know.
Exactly. I always
Congratulations.
say, eu sempre digo isso para as minhas filhas, tipo assim, que eu tenho o melhor pai do mundo. Tipo, às vezes elas não entendem muito o que eu quero dizer, mas talvez quando elas forem mais velhas, elas vão entender, né? E tipo, hoje eu entendo tudo que o meu pai fez por mim e se eu sempre quis ser pai. It was a dream to me be a father, you know, even when I was a teenager. When I met my wife on the first date, I say, I'm looking to a girl to get married. It was our first date. We never had a kiss. Yeah, we even kiss, and I say that to her. I'm looking to someone to get married. If you don't want that, please don't spend my time, and I will don't spend your time, you know. And she say,
Wow.
"Oh, I'm looking something like that." So we date, we get in love. A gente namorou tipo um ano, noivou um ano e a gente já casou. I get married with 22 years old, and it was a dream to me be a father. And I always say to my daughter how I'm grateful to be a father, you know, because I don't know, even my father was so far away from me, physically far away from me. The time we have together was really good to teach me the value of the family, you know. He's a really funny guy, always doing jokes, you know. He likes the house full of people doing barbecues and those kind of things, and he teach me a lot in his life, so I'm really grateful. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you, guys. We are getting close to the end of our conversation, but before we finish the YouTube transmission, I want to ask to everyone a final question, okay? But we have to give a short answer, not just like me. I talk too much, sorry. Let's go to the question number 7. Do you agree with that sentence? What do you think of saying like father, like son? Tipo, tal pai, tal filho. Do you agree with that or not? Please give a short answer. Let's start with you, Tatiane. Do you agree with that sentence?
Like father, like son. Yeah, the most of time, yeah. I have a good father, so it's good for me. But some people don't have good fathers, and they do the same things that they critic of her or his father. So the genetic is really, really strong in this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree 100%, but 8% I agree. Yeah.
All right, all right. And what about you, Ricard? Do you agree with that sentence or not? Your son, you say you have a kid with 14 years old. He is just like you, and you are close to your dad. How is that to you?
Well, I try to be a good father. Yeah, actually, we don't have this power sometimes that provide happiness and the other stuffs for all life. So it's our sons is on is a other individual. So sometimes it sound like, oh, we have the power to avoid all of the sadness or others situations, but it's not possible. A lot of times we don't have happy moments, so it's part of our lives, no? Unfortunately or not, it's part of our lives. So in this case, I try to be my best and try to don't feel guilt about it. So that's it. I don't have we don't have secrets or keys is just try to do our best. And the most part of the time, when you try to do our best, is solve the most part of the problems too. That's it.
Okay, guys, we are running out of time. We had another class on 10 a.m. So sorry, Barbara. I have to skip you. But I want to finish saying thank you to everyone. Please click on the 2 links I sent to you. The first one is our survey, all right? And the second